Alright folks, Peacemaker Season 2 has landed and John Cena is back in the shiny chrome bucket as Chris Smith, aka Peacemaker. Another season, another ridiculous misadventure, but this time it's not just about blowing stuff up and dropping F-bombs. We're dealing with an entirely new dimension. Literally. But here's the thing, I don't think this season is just about Peacemaker's wild ride. No. I think it's secretly planting seeds for one of DC's most anticipated upcoming projects. But hey, before we dive headfirst into government conspiracies, shady directors, and, meta-human containment failures, do me a solid. Smash that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and if you really want to unlock exclusive content while helping us keep the lights on, consider joining the channel membership. Okay, shameless plug over. Back to the chaos. So, a quick rewind for context. Peacemaker spun out of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, you know, the not-so-subtle soft reboot of David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Across all three projects, there's been one constant. Amanda Waller, the queen of manipulation and the scariest government official you'll ever meet who isn't in real-life politics. But here's the twist. In Season 2, Waller's nowhere to be seen. Instead, Argus is now run by Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr. Yes, the father of the guy Peacemaker literally shot through the heart in the Suicide Squad. That's right, Chris Smith is now working under the dad of the man he killed. Thanksgiving is gonna be awkward. So, where's Amanda Waller while this is happening? Well, turns out, she's been busy getting dragged through congressional hearings thanks to her own daughter, Leota Adebayo, blowing the whistle on Task Force X and Project Butterfly. Harsh, right? But hey, at least it's cleared Peacemaker and Vigilante's names. Still, Waller being sidelined is a big deal. She had enough power to blacklist Amelia Harcourt from intelligence work, but her empire's crumbling, and when Amanda Waller loses power, you just know she's cooking up a comeback plan that's 10 times more dangerous. Meanwhile, in the background, the DCU has a bigger crisis brewing. Public trust in metahumans is tanking faster than a crypto scam. Sure, part of that's because of Superman. Thanks Lex Luthor, but Peacemaker 2 gives us even more chaos. Multiple prison breaks from Belle Reve and Arkham Asylum. A news report basically calls out Argus saying, "Metahuman containment systems are failing, this is the third escape in 2 months, somebody do something." Which translated means, Argus, get your shit together. And since Rick Flag Sr. is now in charge, the pressure is on him to fix it. But here's where it gets really juicy. What if these prison breaks aren't just random? What if they are part of an elaborate scheme by, you guessed it, Amanda Waller? Think about it. She loses control of Argus, her reputation in tatters, and suddenly dangerous metahumans start slipping through the cracks. Feels a little too convenient, doesn't it? And we already know DC Studios has a Waller series on the way, so maybe this show will follow her clawing her way back into power, assembling an even dirtier version of Task Force X with some of those very same escapees. You thought Suicide Squad was reckless? Imagine Waller going fully off the books. Reports suggest we'll see familiar faces like Leota Adebayo, John Economos, and yes, Rick Flag Sr. popping up in the Waller series, which tells us one thing. Amanda Waller isn't done with Argus, not by a long shot. Congressional hearings might bruise her ego, but they won't break her. If anything, they're just giving her time to regroup, reload, and come back nastier than ever, because here's the truth. Amanda Waller is one of DC's most cunning and ruthless characters, and history shows us you don't keep Amanda Waller down. You just give her a reason to strike harder. So yeah, Peacemaker 2 might look like it's just another round of crude jokes, killer soundtracks, and John Cena dancing in his tighty whities, but underneath all that madness, it might be quietly setting the stage for Waller's return to power, and if that's the case, oh boy, the DCU's about to get messy, because love her or hate her, Amanda Waller always gets the last move, and if history repeats itself, it's not gonna be checkers, it's chess. Ruthless, bloody, and probably involving another exploding head or two.